right, so have you heard this? Humans are now like hackable animals.
Whoa. Yeah, I've heard that tossed around. It's pretty wild, right? Where'd you hear that?
Yeah, well, it's a pretty big statement to just drop on you, I know. But it actually comes from Yuval Noah Harari.
Oh, wow. Harari. Yeah, he's not afraid to, make you think a little.
He's the historian, wrote *Sapiens*.
Yeah, yeah. Big
Yeah,
ideas guy for sure.
exactly. And this whole hackable humans thing, it's one of those ideas that kind of sticks with you, doesn't it?
Definitely six of you.
So today, that's what we're going to deep dive into. I mean, just how much is technology, data, all that really influencing what we do and think
Hmm.
more than we realize, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little creepy when you start thinking about it. Like, are we really in control?
Right. And to help us kind of unpack all of this, we're going to be looking at this philosophy, a complicated way of life.
AC wall red.
Yeah, Acwol. And they've got this interesting tool, the skipping technique, that's supposed to help us navigate this whole hackable world.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with AC wall, but skipping is new to me.
So let's start with Harari's statement, shall we?
Yeah, let's get into it. Hackable humans, huh? I mean, what does that even mean, really?
Well, like, free will and all that.
Right, right. Like, we think we make our own choices, but with all the algorithms, the AI, all the personalized ads, like, are we really calling the shots?
Yeah, exactly. Think about it. Have you ever, seen an ad pop up and it's for something you were literally just thinking about?
Oh, all the time. It's freaky, right? Like, how do they know?
And social media, I mean, they feed you exactly what they think you want to see, right? To keep you hooked.
Totally. You're in this little bubble and you don't even realize it.
So Acwol, this philosophy, really dives into this whole thing head first.
Yeah, they believe, well, one of their big things is that, like, the goal of life is to reach your maximum intellect
Okay.
and, like, to understand how our thoughts are formed, where they come from, all that.
So how does that connect to being hackable?
Well, they have this idea that thoughts are electromagnetic. Like, our brain is emitting these signals, right?
Okay, I'm following.
And they say that, well, some of those signals, they can be influenced by outside sources.
Influenced, like from outside our brains.
Yeah. Like, think about radio waves. Like, they can interfere with each other, right?
Oh, okay. So our thoughts are like vulnerable.
In a way, yeah. I mean, it's not that anyone can just, like, beam thoughts into your head, but it's more like there's this subtle influence happening all the time.
Okay, so maybe our thoughts aren't as private as we think, huh? I mean, this is kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
It's a big concept to wrap your head around.
So this skipping technique, what is that exactly? Like, are we literally skipping around?
No, no. It's more like it's like a mental exercise,
Mhm.
a way to become more aware of these influences, these thought frequencies that we're talking about.
Okay. How does it work?
So think of your mind like a garden.
All right, I like that.
Yeah. And you're cultivating it, right?
Oh.
You're planting your own thoughts, your ideas, but sometimes, like, weeds pop up.
Weeds.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
thoughts that aren't really yours. They've been planted there by something else, maybe an ad, maybe something you saw on social media.
Oh, I get it.
And skipping is like learning how to identify those weeds and then, pull them out.
So you can focus on your own thoughts, the stuff you actually want growing in your garden.
Exactly.
That's a really cool way to think about it. The article we read about all this, it said skipping has some pretty amazing benefits.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, first, it helps you, observe those outside influences. Figure out which thoughts are really yours and which ones maybe snuck in there from somewhere else.
So you can, be more discerning, filter out the junk.
Right. And that leads to the second benefit, which is, what was it? Oh, yeah, self-determination.
Self-determination, yeah. Like
Yeah.
making choices that are actually aligned with what you want, not just reacting to some outside pressure.
Exactly. You're in the
Wow.
driver's seat.
Makes sense.
And then the third benefit, and this is a big one, is pursuing maximum intellect.
Ah, right. Getting back to that core idea of AC wall.
Yeah. Like, you're taking control of your mental space, you're getting clear on what matters to you, and you're not just letting any old thought take root.
So it's not just about avoiding the bad stuff, it's about actively cultivating the good stuff.
Precisely. You're becoming more intentional about what you let into your mind.
Like curating your own mental diet.
I like that, a mental diet. So all this idea of our thoughts being influenced, it raises a pretty big question, doesn't it?
Yeah, what's that?
What does it mean for our soul, our spirit, our essence? Like, does that need a software update for the 21st century?
Whoa, deep question.
Right. I mean, if we're not even totally in control of our thoughts, then what does that say about who we are?
It's definitely a question that's worth pondering. I mean, our understanding of what it means to be human, to have a self, it's constantly evolving, right?
Especially with all of this new technology.
Yeah. So maybe we need to, I don't know, maybe we need to broaden our definition of soul, or maybe we need to find new ways to protect it.
That's a good point. And you know what? This might all sound kind of scary. Like, are we all just puppets controlled by algorithms?
Right.
But the thing is, we're not powerless.
No, definitely not.
Acwol and this skipping technique, it's all about taking back that power.
Becoming aware of those influences,
Yeah,
making conscious choices.
exactly. We can build up our mental defenses, so to speak.
Right. Like it's not about being a hermit and cutting yourself off from technology. It's about learning how to use it wisely and how to protect your own mind in the process.
So here's something for everyone to think about. If our thoughts can be influenced by, all this stuff we've been talking about, what does that mean for how we connect with each other?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, like, can we really have authentic relationships if we're all being subtly manipulated? Or is there a way to, I don't know, to connect on a deeper level?
That's a question that we could spend a whole nother deep dive on, honestly.
We could. But for now, that's something for you all to ponder. If you're interested in learning more about ACWall and this skipping thing, we've got some links for you. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. I think we all learned something today.
For sure. Thanks for having me. It's been a trip.